Hello everyone, welcome to Treasure Chest Tuesday. I'm always thrilled to be with you. This is such a special time together to amplify the generosity of spirit. And today I have a great question from one of you that I want to expand on. So I'm going to read the question and give you all the fun ways to approach this, because we all work with relationship. We all work with those in our world who aren't having the, what shall we call it, the enlightened, blissful, joyful experience that we certainly would love to have them have. And we all have compassion and understanding for the fact that people aren't where we know they would like to be, and we would like them to be there as well. So it's a beautiful thing. And how do we handle that from a universal perspective? So here we go. Okay, and the question is, currently I am concerned for my mom's anxieties, unhappiness, stress, fragility on the earth plane and aging, etc. So, do I go to my universal self and access the peaceful, well-being, happy version of my mom that lives in me and invite that into my frequency? Or do I walk her through the process and have her access her own universal connection? Or both? And what if she's not open to receiving? Do I do it in my own field for her as she is an aspect of me? Or do I visualize her doing the process for her soul's longing and envision healing for her in her field? Isn't that a great question that we all deal with completely? Okay, so here's what I want to say. I love the question. I love the fact that she came from the starting point, which is, do we, when I'm in that universal field, which I want you to all start with, being in that place of connection, whether it's connection to love, the universal field, her universal self. And this is she's talking about a recording that I did called Connecting with Your Universal Self, which is part of the special package that I am offering to a number of the telesummits, through a number of the telesummits that I'm on currently. So I have to advertise this because it's a fabulous package of, gosh, it's about $1,000 worth of many of my classes, etc., that I haven't even shared with you publicly, that are in these packages that I'm offering in summits. So one of them, so look back in your emails to see where I've done an interview and see if that summit package is still available. It's like $97 for $1,000 worth of incredible wisdom and connection of your own. So, back to the question. So she just did a journey to her universal self and is asking about how to incorporate her mom and her mom's anxiety and unhappiness and the situation her mom's dealing with. And she's saying, well, my mom is an aspect of me. How do I help her? So, first step, number one, sorry I don't have a whiteboard up here to help with the linear part. Number one, you're going to make connection to that universal self, to love, to light, to whatever it is for you. And as you bring it into your heart, gives you that deep feeling of, I am at peace, I am in well-being, I feel supported, I am connected. So feel that for yourself first and foremost. Then from that place, put your awareness on this person in front of you. In her case, it's her mom. And feel her in her anxiety. Don't take it on, but be aware of, oh, she's fussing, whatever it is. Just feel the slight sensation of her energy. Okay? Again, don't take it on. And then feel, to start with, how do you feel when you're in your universal place about her? And pretty much I can guarantee you from all the work I've done with people with this, you will feel yourself more neutral about her emotional discord. Okay? You will start to feel, wow, I'm not so triggered by it. Because one of the things you need to be aware of is that when you feel anything as it relates to somebody else's discord, it's because it hurts your heart and you're concerned about your heart. I know we're incredibly altruistic and we want to help other people, but when we feel that it hurts something inside of us, that's often what makes us churned up and want to do something to help them. But we can't be holding that, or we're of no use to them, in fact, because we're just as churned up, right? We're just reflecting that churning, that burning, that anxiety, that lack of well-being. So come back to that sense of connection to your, what we're calling right now, your universal self. Okay? Come back to that place. Feel it in your heart and feel it in your abdomen. And be aware that this other person is having a difficulty. Remember, it's been scientifically proven what you hold in your heart radiates to the whole world. So know that you are having a tremendous impact on others and their states just by holding that connection within you and your heart and your abdomen. Okay? Now, does that state stop for them? Often not necessarily, because it has to be joyously received for them to shift because of the state you're holding. So you can't be pumping out all the time, pumping out your energy to somebody's anxiety, hoping it will transform. That's way too over-involved in their state of being, which goes beyond free choice. They're choosing it for whatever reason they are. Is that harsh? No. You've chosen your anxiety for whatever reason you've chosen your anxiety when you have it. Okay? So, it's not always a good reason, it's usually default, but it's what's there. So the first thing you want to do is accept that they are exactly where they are with loving compassion. And you can even do I love you. I'm so sorry for your state. I know you can forgive yourself. Thank you for doing that. And you can put that out energetically as a little sidebar, okay? But the main key is to come back to you. You don't want to bring that person and their anxiety inside you because they're an aspect of you. They really are not, in their personality, an aspect of you. You have connection to them, but their anxiety, their depression, their situation is not an aspect of you. It's not meant to be. We're not meant to hold the whole world in all its fragility inside of us. So that has been a soul wound for a lot of people. The feeling that if I could just bring them inside of me and transform them and spit them out, they'll be all whole and good, and I will have rescued them, saved them, transformed them, and they didn't have to do a thing. Okay? But they will default to their old behavior, right? Because it will always override what you have given them unless they are consciously agreeing, yes, absolutely, I want to change that. If they want to change it, they'll change it inside themselves, not because you have done it to them, okay? So we have to be very careful with that slight sense of serving, fixing, and transforming people, so-called on their behalf, and really look at the fact that it has personal agenda in you to alleviate your anxiety around the fact that if it's your mother, for instance, they're not giving you the love that you would love to have. And if I could resolve their situation, my heart would be at peace and we'd be able to know love together. Know that when you start connecting more to your universal self, you will feel greater sense of love within yourself, compassion and understanding for the parts of you that don't feel loved, and you get to resolve it all within you. Okay? The more whole in love you are, the more you radiate that to the people around you by chance. But the main thing is you stay in that calm, loving, strong place, not strong place, but strong conviction of connection place in yourself, which means that her state of being doesn't impact you. And you can make suggestions when it's possible, and when it's not, you accept them and love them just where they are. Okay? So remember, it is vital for you to fill yourself with love, so you're not needing it from another person, trying to transform them to get your needs met. But you will find that your world and all you're connected to will transform when you do that golden, beautiful, guided journey work of connecting more to your universal self and all love, all creation that you are. So glad to have that question. Thank you so much to that individual. Thank you for all of you bringing forward your questions. Please feel free to do that with me, and I can share more here. And of course, I always share answers to vital questions like this in our Sacred Soul Circle. So if you have questions like this that you're burning to ask, that's a great format for you to get questions answered and to also get a greater inner strength developed within yourself to be able to handle the situations in front of you that are challenging at the moment. So you can just do it for 1 month to get an answer to a burning question and take a further journey of having a greater connection to the wealth of you, which is what you're longing for in the first place. So great to be with you. And I also want to mention that coming up in June, I'm so excited, is our next immersion intensive. And you'll be hearing about it more next week. But oh my gosh, it is bursting forth through the seams. And we'll be answering lots of things like what I shared today. How to work from the level of spirit in all our creations. Many blessings of love to you, always, always, always. And feel free to share this with a friend as a way for you to amplify, help them to amplify their connection and to see how to help their world thrive.